They swore the second Trump got back in, we'd be in a depression. Stock market in flames. Nukes in the sky. But here we are. World still spinning. Shelves still stocked. Everybody still going out on the weekends partying. They still in the inner cities in Chicago, running their gangs and doing all the other shenanigans. And some of y'all are mad about it. Now, conservatives, we already know why. But this video, this one's for that liberal who's honest enough to say, maybe I didn't get the whole story. Because once you hear what I'm about to lay out, you won't be able to unhear it. Stick around, and you'll see why Trump doesn't just keep winning. He keeps exposing the game itself. Let's rewind. Back in 2016, they said he was a joke. No chance. No way he could beat the Clinton machine. And then he did. That was the first crack in the system. Then the pandemic hit. And what did they do? They weaponized it. Lockdowns, fear campaigns, mail-in chaos, all feelings, no facts. They told you, we're all in this together. While they shut your business down and sent your kids home from school. They tried to make feelings into policy. And still, he didn't break. So when that didn't work, they got even dirtier. They literally had to alter a New York law just to convict him. Not because justice demanded it, but because they finally admitted they couldn't stop him playing fair. Now here's the kicker. You don't go to those lengths for somebody you think is a clown. You do that because you're scared. Scared of a man who doesn't play the feelings first, participation trophy politics. While the left hands out hugs and hashtags, Trump deals in results. He's the parent who gives you what you need, not what you want. And that's exactly why he keeps winning. And guess what? I'm about to show y'all 3 reasons why, and y'all can't deny it. First reason, Trump doesn't chase applause. Well, he might when it comes to the black community. He keep trying to do stuff for black people and they still don't like him. We like you, the black conservatives, we love you over here. But for the most part, he's not out here trying to be liked. He's out here trying to protect the house. That's the difference between him and career politicians. It's like the parent who makes you come inside when the street lights pop on, even though all the other kids get to stay out. You don't like it at the time, but later, when something pops off in the street and somebody got hurt or unalive, you're glad you had that discipline and your daddy made you bring your ass in the house. Or like the mom who makes you eat vegetables when you really wanted candy. You complain, but years later, you got better eating habits and you're not out here on some, what they call it, body positivity campaign because you can't stop stuffing your face. That's how Trump governs. He makes the tough calls you don't like now, but you'll respect later. Biden, he's the total opposite. He picked Kamala not because she was the best, but because he wanted credit for being the first president to pick a black woman to put in the VP seat. It's really dumb. It's not leadership. That's like letting your kid eat cake for breakfast just so you can brag about it online. Looks good for 5 minutes, but long term, it wrecks you. It wrecks the country, as we've seen. Basically, Trump wins because he leads like a father. He leads like he cares about the country. He wants the best, not what feels good. That's what mothers do. But Biden lost pretty much because he wanted to govern like an influencer and be that mother, be that feminine, please everybody. Trump don't care about that. He will try to please, but his main goal is to get shit done. All right, second reason. Trump's voice hit different. Biden and Democrats talk to you like they're teachers in a kindergarten class. Soft voices, fake smiles, slow words, like you're too dumb to keep up. And this is what I keep telling a lot of liberals that try to debate me. Y'all should really be mad at your party, not at the black conservatives, because we're giving you the truth. Your party is lying to you because they think you're too dumb to get it. They know a lot of y'all are programmed and that y'all are just waiting for false information because it makes you feel good. That's why they're feeding you this. That's why the country is where it's at. And even a lot of conservatives before Trump has did this. Trump has been the main one who's not afraid to be the villain and get things done. That's why we're not in a recession yet. Like I said, the way Trump talks, he don't do all that soft stuff. He gives it to you straight. He talks the way men talk in the barbershop, locker room, or around a dinner table, just raw. Sometimes it's messy. That could be my issue with him sometimes. But at the end, it's always real. And that's why people trust him more than polished politicians. Look at what's happening right now in 2025. Trump standing in Alaska face to face with Putin, saying straight up he wants a ceasefire today. Liberals call it reckless because they're weak. Regular people call it leadership because whether you agree with him or not, you know he's not hiding behind diplomats and teleprompters. He's giving it to the world the same way he gives it to the people, unfiltered and unapologetic. And here's the real, when you lead in masculinity, things go right. That's why God put the man first, because that's the way nature works. A real man, a real leader is going to always make progress. The weak soy boys and a lot of these liberal mindset people, they're not, because they don't understand how the world really works. They don't understand that when you're on top, you have to stay there and you can't be friendly with everybody. That's what Trump gets. That's why Trump is being hard. They trying to call him Taco when they say Trump always chicken out. No, that's not what it is. He sets the standard high to put fear in other people. And when they come to the table and they're like, hey, let's work something out because we don't want to lose our country or we don't want to lose our economy, Trump backs off because his main goal was never to put these high-ass tariffs on people. It was to make them realize we run this shit and y'all gonna do it the way we want to do it. And that's why I love America, because we run it. And here's a third reason, results. This is where it gets simple. Under Trump, the border's tighter, inflation's cooling, jobs are coming back. Even though they want to push that jobs are being lost, they're not necessarily being lost, they're being reallocated. A lot of these jobs that really wasn't doing anything for the economy are being wiped out. And then like the real jobs like manufacturing and stuff like that is being bought back. And on top of that, foreign leaders respect America again. You can argue style, you can argue tone, but you can't argue the scoreboard. And this dude got win after win after win. You may not like him, but y'all all gotta eat crow as far as saying by now we will be in a recession or the world will be upside down. And it's not. The markets are up. People are doing great. Now look back at Biden. Every time something went wrong, it was somebody else's fault. Putin's fault, the weather's fault, the supply chain's fault. Excuse after excuse. Trump doesn't play that. He's like the coach who says, I don't care if the refs were bad. Did y'all win or not? That's why people keep choosing him. Because the only thing he cares about is winning. And if there's anything social that you're getting, you're going to get it because we're winning. Not because you're doing bad and we're supposed to not let you do bad. We're supposed to not let you fail. That's why America's behind now, because it was too busy trying to save people who were failing instead of focusing on the winners. And that's why people love Trump, because at the end of the day, America would rather have a blunt winner than a polished loser. And that's why they fear him. It's not just about politics. It's because he leads like a parent, talks like a man, and delivers like a winner. That's why they laughed in 2016 and still lost. That's why they weaponized a pandemic and still failed. That's why they rewrote laws in New York and still couldn't break him. Because every time he came back stronger. So if you're that curious liberal still watching, ask yourself this. Why would the system bend and break its own rules just to stop one man? Maybe it's because deep down, they know the truth. And once you know it too, you will never see politics the same again.